Here's part 14 of We Spread by Ian Reid. Penny whipped around after feeling both the hands of Jack on her. She just discovered the vacant apartment that she was in the whole time. Jack profusely apologized about everything that was going on, but he wouldn't describe what Penny just saw. The apartment. You were right about everything. There's something going on. Jack, I don't care about that. I need to leave. I need to leave here right now. I can't stay here. Jack knew he didn't have a whole lot of time, so he ripped out a piece of paper from who knows where, and he wrote down the code to the front door, and he gave it to Penny, and he quickly left ASAP. Penny didn't really have a whole lot of time to recover because Shelly came in right after, and Penny let her have it. I know what's really going on here. She points to the window. What the fuck is that? What is that? What is that? I want to go outside. I can't stay here. I need to leave. I know what you're doing. And Shelly just gaslit the hell out of her. She's like, Penny, we've been through this a lot. You've been here for 3 years. 3 or 4 years. You've been through this. We keep going over this. Every once in a while you get like this. And you're dealing with a lot. You're under a lot of stress. But you need not worry, Penny, because tonight is your party. Remember your party? About showing off all your paintings when we discussed when you got here. We were gonna have a big party and you're gonna dress up and look really cute. And we're gonna show off all your paintings, remember? And then Penny went on and on about Hilbert. Like, I saw Hilbert downstairs with the fungus and the IV bags. I know what's going on here. I need to see him. He's alive, right? He can't be dead. No, Penny, he's not dead. I'll take you to see him. So Penny followed Shelly out of the room and into Hilbert's room, who lay looking okay under his blankets. Shh, Penny, we can't disturb him. He's sleeping. He looked okay, but there was still something off. Penny got close to see if there was any weirdness about it. She gazed upon Hilbert's body. He was still alive. He was breathing, trying to figure out what was going on. And Shelly kept talking about, oh, we're gonna have that party tonight. We're gonna show off all your paintings. And as mentioning the paintings, Shelly pulled out this giant box full of portraits and paintings that she didn't remember doing. Years of work in one box that she couldn't remember ever painting. She painted Hilbert, she remembered that, but there was paintings in there of Ruth and Pete and a bunch of other ones. And she's like, I don't ever remember painting Ruth or Pete. All of those look unfinished. Yeah, Penny, you did these, don't you remember? We've actually had lots of parties here, and you love dancing at all of the parties. Her head felt like mush. A massive headache like rippled through her head. She couldn't remember any of these parties or the paintings or marking the hundreds of slashes on the railings. What was going on? Now we flash forward to the setting up of the party later that day. There were balloons everywhere. There were streamers hung up. Pete was tuning his violin. Ruth was practicing her French and Greek. They had little snacks set up, and they had little areas where they set up kind of a makeshift gallery of all of Penny's paintings. Everyone was at the party except for Penny. She must still be in her room, right? So Shelly wanders up to Penny's bedroom, flicks on the light to go get Penny. But what she saw, she looked up in the ceiling, and there a 2-scale oil painting was a reflection of her home bedroom, mirrored, that stretched along the walls and the ceiling. At the same moment of this crazy discovery in the bedroom, Penny punched in the code to the front door, opened the door, and went out into the cold, crisp outside. In her nightgown and in her shoes, she walked down the cobblestone path through the grass into the woods, and she found the cliff that overlooked the lake or ocean or body of water. And without wasting a single second, she quickly took in her surroundings and she jumped, floating for a second like she always wanted to do, was floating, and she hit the rocks below. The book We Spread ends reciting the obituary pamphlet of Penny's passing. At 96 years, Penny passed peacefully at the Six Cedars Resort. Yada yada yada, the rest of the pamphlet And the end. No explanation, no nothing. That was the book. It was heavily like A24 vibes, phenomenal. I'd like to dedicate this reading to my grandmother Peggy, who passed away. I'd like to dedicate this reading to my grandmother Peggy, who just passed away a couple days ago, as of recording this on October 1st, 2024. I love her dearly, she loved me dearly, and she truly, I wouldn't be alive today without her.